Hello?
Whoa.
Hello? Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you for calling the Puppet Shop here at Tasty Tentacle. My name is Strawberry. How can I help you?
Oh, yes. I'm just trying to reach a brother named Shawn Purvis. I heard that he's a echoly pimp.
An echoey pimp?
Yep.
I have no idea who that might be, but sure, I'll go get the guy named Shawn.
Wanna give yourself a treat? You want a taste that can't be beat? Have a little sunshine, sunshine. Have a bunch, you can have it all. You're having no cholesterol. Have a little sunshine, sunshine. Just about every cookie and cracker Sunshine makes has absolutely no cholesterol. Now what could be better than sunshine? Have a little sunshine. Have a little sunshine. Have a little sunshine.
And we're back. It's your host, Ranger Matt here, host of PE Slick Podcast. Joining me this week is a very dear good friend of mine, a very inspirational speaker, and one heck of a funny guy. His name is Mr. Shawn Purvis. How are you doing today, Shawn?
Hey, I'm doing great, Ranger Matt. How the heck are you doing today?
Hey, man, I can't complain, darn tootin'.
Fantastic. Well, I'm doing darn tootin' well as well. And guys, how are y'all doing here? I'm doing fine. I'm just doing fine. Thank you for asking. That's amazing of you to do it. We're all great, even though we're a little dragon. Oh, what a great joke.
Me oh my.
Yeah, thanks for humoring the gang. They love making that joke each and every time. It's just wonderful.
Hey, it's cool. The more the merrier. Okay.
Have you had a cast of puppets on your show before? Is this your first time?
This is definitely my first time, so I'm definitely looking forward to this one.
Oh, you're in for a real treat. I mean, it's almost like having 6 or 7 interviews for the price of one. It's really quite amazing.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
Well, to get things started with, where are you from?
Originally I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, born and bred. And I transplanted down to Florida for about a decade, and now I'm back in Balmer.
Alrighty. What about the rest of your friends? Where are they from?
We have no idea where the puppets are from. We think it's best that you kind of answer those questions for us. If you get a favorite puppet and you're like, I think that puppet ought to come from Sussex or from Lower Brisbane or maybe from Johannesburg or maybe Sao Paulo. I mean, you should interpret the puppets as you see fit. I think is the best thing.
All right.
I mean, they're opinionated little things.
Oh,
they just.
All right.
Yeah.
So Shawn, when you was that's funny. It's crazy. Bro. I don't know what's crazier, man. You or Dominique Reitman.
It's clear that Dominique is probably the more unhinged between us, and I'm doing puppet shows in my mid-40s. So what does that tell you?
That tells me that you got plans to be a millionaire, or you're trying to do something to be the next lamb chop.
And to be clear, we are not a kids show. That is very clear. We don't get adult, but the references we make and we make a couple PG things in there. They're definitely not suitable for kids. And I don't think kids are really going to find it interesting unless maybe you turn the volume off completely and just let the moving pictures entertain your cat or something. I really don't think it's for younger audiences at all.
Alrighty. Well, because I figured this was rated PG, but okay, we're going all the way to rated R. Gotcha.
Now it's not rated R. I'm just saying PG. See, I think kids program, and this is important because on YouTube, where I upload Toasty Tentacle videos to YouTube, on their platform, it is required that you tell up front whether or not you are specifically marketing or trying to entertain children. Like if you are aiming your show towards children.
Right.
And I've specifically on our channel for Toasty Tentacle specified that we're not a kid show. And we don't use adult language. We don't use coarse language. We don't use four and 5 letter words, as it were. We don't talk about much potty humor. We have talked about flatulence. But we also don't sing like child songs. We're not trying to teach you letters or how to say things. We're more of a puppet philosophy channel, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, we just want to be encouraging, kind of like it's like a puppet fortune cookie. That's exactly what we're going for. Puppet fortune cookie.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, the next time I get some Chinese food and get some fortune cookies, I'm gonna, see if I can detect my future. Okay.
What I want you to do is the next time you open your fortune cookie, I want you to read your fortune in my accent. Be like, you are about to come into a very positive time in your life.
Pretty good.
Very well, mate. I got you there. Okie dokie.
You're doing good. See?
We've all got a little puppet inside of us, don't we?
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Mama mia.
All right.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So Shawn, what were some of your hobbies growing up?
Well, it's funny you should mention that because as a child, I would spend a lot of time talking to myself. Yes, we understand so much about the patient once we understand where he comes from. No, but a lot of my childhood, I was the only child for 6 years. My brother didn't come along till quite some time later. So my formative years was spent with my mom and my father and kind of doing what they did. So my hobbies included like building and drawing. I was a very creative young person. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're still creative now. It's paying off here.
Well, I'm trying. It's an expression. I think that's the important thing is creativity. Whether you're doing a puppet show, or if you're doing something like a podcast, as you're doing, or some of the filmmaking that you've been affiliated with and so forth. I think it's all an expression of what your perspective of the world. It's your expression of how you think the world works.
Right.
And I think that creativity is so important just for everyone. But yeah, for me, it manifested with puppets. Yay.
There you go.
It's a good time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Bum, ba, ba, da, da.
Ba-ba-da-da-ba.
So when I met you through Brother Dominique Brightman, who we were just talking about through Toastmasters and public speaking. How did you get involved with that in the beginning?
Oh, that was fun. I was working at a corporate finance company, and a friend of mine saw me eating lunch by myself, invited me out to this Toastmaster meeting before work, horribly enough. And at like 7:30 in the morning, I was sitting in this conference room with all these other people learning how to speak publicly. And I stayed with that program for 12, 13 years. And I haven't done much with it lately, but for a solid decade of my life, it was an truly a wonderful opportunity for professional excellence in communication, truly.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Now, when you've done the public speaking, how did that change your life?
Personally, which is what you've asked me for.
Right. I know.
Personally speaking, as opposed to publicly speaking. Publicly speaking, speaking publicly really transformed a lot of things for me long term and short term. In the short term, it gave me amazing opportunities to travel. I traveled all over the state of Florida. I traveled to Maryland to speak. I've actually traveled out to Colorado and Nebraska and all these different places because people want to hear me tell these stories I've told. And I love telling them, and I love explaining how I wrote them and how I came to present them in a public forum. Long term, the benefits of this have been assisting me with communication.
Right.
Thinking about the value of a pause, allowing people to digest what you've just said,
Mm-hmm.
the power of repetition without repetition for repetition's sake, the fact that the human mind works in reverse. If you really want to tell somebody a few things, if you have 3 solid points to give them, you give them the weakest point first and the strongest point last, because the last thing you say is the first thing they'll remember. So it really helped me with interpersonal relationships, and communication is the key of all relationships. So that's what it's done for me long term.
There you go. You've also written a book.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Thank you very much. Quite a few years ago, I was working in corporate America, and I loved customer service until I didn't love customer service anymore. But I had some great opportunities while I was being a customer service stooge to do some little writing for a department newsletter. And part of the customer service was to kind of rethink about the job in various ways.
Right.
So I'm big on metaphors and analogies, so I wrote something like, hey, be sure to give the dog a long walk. And they go, well, what does this mean? I go, well, hey, my girlfriend has this dog, and it's a great dog, but, if I don't give it a long walk, then you and I know it's going to make a mess later. So often with our customers, instead of just taking them on a short walk through their issue, take the long walk through every corner of their problem. So by the time you're done, the customer feels like they've really gotten the work out. Well, that metaphor seemed to click with management, and my little weekly piece went on to be, reproduced throughout the company, and, they gave me a special certificate. I was like, ooh, very nice. Well, I took all of these examples, and then I wrote a whole bunch more, and I put it together in a book called Burn the Box, Building Better Business Analogies. And basically I break down for you step by step how to think of new ways to relate to people.
Right.
So often people will say, oh, we're going to take it to the next level, Matt. Come on, Ranger Matt, we're going to take it to the next level. Come on, sink that play. Shoot that, keep your eye on the ball. And you're like, really? Really, eye on the ball? Thinking outside the box? Oh, so tired. And that's what happens is if you use these tired examples, then people just, they zone out on you, and it's like, no, you can't do that. You have to keep them engaged, and you keep them engaged by tickling their brain, and you tickle their brain by explaining things to them in ways that they understand them.
Right.
So, the power of a metaphor is this. You may not know how to let me do this from a different perspective. I know that you are a filmmaker and a podcaster.
Mm-hmm.
So you are trying to explain to someone the finer workings of marketing a podcast to a specific demographic, which people go, oh my goodness, that's so complicated. And you go, hey, hold on a second. What's an easy thing you know how to do? Well, I know how to brush my teeth. Well, hot diggity. Let me tell you how marketing your podcast to a specific demographic is like brushing your teeth. You go, what? That doesn't make sense at all. But let me explain how it does. First of all, you are trying to target specific areas in your mouth.
Right.
Just like you're marketing to demographics, you're trying to target specific areas of your audience. Now, granted, the metaphors are kind of stretchy and you have to be real creative to see how it fits, perhaps. But by taking familiar things and comparing it to unfamiliar things, you can easily explain to someone very complicated processes. And that's essentially what I break down in the book and hopefully give people as a tool for their presentations and communications as well.
There you go. I'm all over that. I'm all over that like a jackrabbit on moonshine.
You've been hanging around Dominique quite a bit, Ranger Matt, because that sounds like a bright man special.
Man, what can I tell you, man? That's what happens when you know somebody since third grade, man.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
They're all hopped up on the hyperbole. Love that stuff.
Now, you also have a harmonica and you develop some music, you know? Talk about that, man.
What? Well, I do love harmonica. I started playing the mouth organ about a year ago, I think. I got it quite as a fluke. I do trivia hosting a couple nights a week. It's kind of my bread and butter until my puppet money starts rolling in, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
You know what I mean. Till them puppet dollars start flowing in, just like, oh, so much cash. We're going to have to stop all other activities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, until them puppet dollars come in, I host trivia a couple nights a week. And one of the things I run into is people take their sweet time bringing me answer slips. And I can't yell at them because, you know, I love these people. They give me a job. But at the same time, I can't have them taking their sweet time. So what I would do is I would start bringing annoying things to make sounds to encourage them to bring it back. And what else? I tried a couple different things. I thought about a kazoo. And then for some reason I was like, well, man, a harmonica would be great. And I think I actually found my dad's harmonica. And I started playing it, and people were like, oh, that's awful. And I'm like, hey, only you can stop the harmonica music, you know.
Yeah.
And I started playing it. Well, my goodness, I've had so much time to play this thing. I can actually, you know, break out a few beats and a couple bars. And you know, I almost get people excited that I'm going to play something, and then I have to let them down. I mean, that's how close I am to getting good at this. I get people's expectations up, and then of course I break their heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do, I think.
Right.
But those answer slips, they come in quick. Let me tell you, 4 or 5 notes on the old mouth organ, and people are breaking their necks on it. No, not the harmonica.
Oh Lord. Now you know, speaking of which, talk a little bit about your new show, your web show you got going on now with your two.
Oh, my new web show. Okay, so starting at the very last day of 2019, I officially put puppet shows on my YouTube channel. Now, prior to this, and still to this day, I have some videos on my Facebook page. So if you go to facebook.com, /Toasty Tentacle, I'm pretty sure it is, you can see a lot of my earlier puppet shows. These puppet shows were kind of close up, the lighting wasn't great, the sound was kind of hit or miss, but it was basically me playing around with these puppets. And it all started when a friend of mine saw me crochet, and she said, "Oh, can you crochet me this little puppet?" And I was like, "Oh, sure, I can crochet you a puppet." Well, when I crocheted that puppet, I fell in love, and I just got so excited about this stinking little puppet that I had to make my own. So I made my own, and then I made another one, then I made another one, but I made a couple more. And as of January 1st, I've been producing these daily puppet shows that are just great. I mean, they're just amazing. I really, whew, I giggle like a little kid every time I start talking about the puppet shows because it's amazing. It's amazing, and that's why you giggle. Yeah, man, it's awesome.
You are right on time. I was trying to ask your friends that. Now, fellas, what do y'all think about your show, man? Y'all are hit.
Well, let me just tell you, like, I got 174 hits on the TikTok. Do you know TikTok, Ranger Matt? Are you familiar with the TikTok?
Oh yeah, that's
You know the TikTok, yeah. All right, well, you know the amazing thing about the TikTok is like you only get like 60 seconds, and they're like, "Oh, hurry up!" And we're like, "Okay, we'll be puppet great." But yeah, you can check us out on TikTok at the Toasted Tentacle. We're all there, you know. Toasted Tentacle. I'm the one with the most views. That's good. I didn't know why he lets it go to his head. I mean, honestly, he's insufferable to work with. He's really insufferable to work with. But you know, we get past it somehow. But yeah, check us out on the TikTok, and I mean, you know, the fame comes to us. It comes to us, but we don't let it go to our heads. You know.
Yeah.
We don't. I mean, you clearly are like a podcasting legend by now, Ranger Matt, right? But you don't let it go to your head, do you?
No. At the end of the day, I'm still my regular self.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's what we all at the Toasty Tentacle, that's all we are. We're just regular puppets. We're just regular crocheted things trying to get our puppet dollars on. That's all. But yeah, we're very happy with the show. Yeah.
Is there any plans to introduce a female character?
We do actually have a female character. She's still working on the voice. Yes, we are working on the voice. Yes, we're working on it a little bit. So, yeah, we don't want to do a falsetto so much because, you know, have it kind of be like, "Oh, I'm up here, oh, it's such a girl puppet." No, we don't want to do that. We want to introduce a genuine character, someone a little more, you know, a little more human, you know. That's what we're looking for. Puppets with realism. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, so Shawn, one thing I wanted to ask you, man, because, you know, a lot of what you've done is very inspirational. What advice would you give somebody looking for inspiration? Any advice you give people in general nowadays?
I tell you my best piece of advice, that's terrible. To ask your best piece of advice is like to say, you know, which child is your favorite child, or, you know, what meal is your favorite meal, or what slice of pizza is your favorite slice of pizza. I mean, I love them all. I can't choose. But I will say this, is that the most inspirational things for me come from the moments where I realized that something terrible didn't destroy me.
Right.
I think that comedy, boiled down to its very basic essence, is the surprise that you survive.
Right.
You know, you're going along and everything's fine, and you're just making puppet shows every day, and everybody's just loving your puppet shows, and the puppet dollars are coming in, and then, you know, carpal tunnel strikes, and I can't do any more puppet shows. Well, that's gonna suck. Pardon my French, that's really gonna suck. And in that moment, that's gonna be a real big surprise. It's gonna be a bad surprise. And if I can move past that, you know, and get surgery and have my hands replaced with actual robots, then the puppet show will get better. Now, I would say that in your hardest times, remember that you will get through it. And I know it sounds so cliche and it sounds so just pushing it through it, but it really is. You know, it's like that phrase, they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And, you know, it's really a warning to say, oh, be careful what you try to do because, you know, all these unintended consequences will come back and haunt you. But I think the most amazing thing about that phrase is that it says the road to hell is paved. And a paved road is so much easier to travel than an unpaved road. You know, you think about that. It's like that one where it says, if you're going through hell, keep going. You know, just keep moving.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the best advice I can tell you out there is that, you know, you just keep moving one step at a time. And, yeah, it's not very inspirational at all. I really need to work on that. I got to come up with a better response for that.
Hey, hey, listen, you gave your honest opinion, and you know, like I said, you know, sometimes, you know, something is better than nothing.
You're right. Something is better than nothing. Unless it's an
Yeah.
awful response, and then nothing is definitely better than something.
Absolutely. You know, alrighty. Now, when you did that, was that you or one of the puppets at Belch?
Wait, what? The belch? No, that was definitely one of the puppets. I would definitely not belch on your show. That is not something I would do, sir. Oh, I did it. I did it, and I'll do it again. Hey, you're welcome.
That has got somebody hotter than a skillet full of rattlesnakes.
That is very hot when you put rattlesnakes in a skillet. I have to ask you, why are you putting rattlesnakes in a skillet?
Me?
Yeah, well, I mean, you brought up the saying that's got somebody hotter than a skillet full of rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
Why are you putting rattlesnakes in a skillet? That's my question.
Well, you know, rattlesnakes don't kiss gently, and even snakes smell before they bite you. So, you know, they try to bite you and attack. You gotta get them somehow, and sometimes you might have to pick up a skillet.
You really haven't thought that through, have you?
You know what?
That's kind of how I ran into the inspiration question. You're like, what, do you have an inspiration question? And I'm like, here's
some
words.
You know what?
In random order, I hope they're inspiring to you.
You know what?
When things are going wrong, go wrong here.
I'm changing your name, man. You no longer Shawn Purvis. Your new name is Antonio Trump.
Antonio Trump. Wow. All right, sir. I don't know what kind of interview this became, but harumph. Harumph.
Yeah, because from now on, you are going to be a Mexican.
Oh, no, this has gone south. Listen to me. I am no Mexican. No, that's not even. You know, it's funny. I don't do a Spanish accent in the public show, and I don't know that I will. Like, I don't have a problem doing a French accent, but a Mexican accent feels a little too close to home for me, so.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's going to be a Mexican accent in the show. I'm also not going to do, an African American accent, I don't believe. No. Not really. I mean, I'll be honest with you, as I talk, my Baltimore accent naturally comes out.
Right.
But I'm not going to, what's the word? What is the appropriate term? I'm not going to shuck and jive. Is that the appropriate term? I'm not going to have a puppet that tries to become a lampoon of older, stereotypes is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm comfortable with the English accent or the Australian accent. I'm even comfortable with a Russian accent. I'm okay with that. But yeah, there are a couple different places around the world. Like, I don't think I'm going to do Jamaican. No, probably not.
Well, that's
no.
You know, as long as you're doing what makes you feel comfortable with this, you know, you're going to grow successfully, you know.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. I think it's important that I explore things that I explore avenues of creativity that make me feel comfortable and that I feel comfortable exploring. So, yeah, I think you're right.
That's right, man. The one quote I use, being able to have the creativity of possibility.
The creativity of possibilities.
There you
I
go.
like it.
Now,
I like it.
the last thing I wanted to touch on before we wrap was your crocheting. Now, I've been around you when you started doing it early on. What led to you doing that, and are you still doing it now?
I am still doing it now. I'm on and off, I'll be honest with you, with my focus on doing the puppet show. I think I've replaced a lot of my crochet time with puppet time. But I feel since I'm playing with crocheted puppets, it kind of counts. No?
Yeah.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count at all. Not at all.
Oh.
You're a fraud. I don't know why he keeps getting on the phone. The crocheting, I do like crocheting, and I will probably get back to crocheting. But I'll be honest, every time I get near any of my yarn, it's in a pile right next to my puppets, and I start picking up the puppets. And once I start playing with the puppets, then I haven't, crocheted. But it is still wonderful when I'm sitting down and I have about an hour where I need to sit still, or maybe I'm talking to someone. I'll get the old needle out or the hook out, and I'll start hooking, and it's wonderful. It really is. But I'll be honest with you, it is a cold weather hobby. A cold weather hobby. Like, I do not crochet in the summer. I can't stand it. It's itchy. It's too hot. Too hot.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh, we forgot to mention that too. We temporarily was in the group, Fistful of Fiasco.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Let's talk about our rock and roll days and a fistful of fiascos. That was amazing. That was great. We had one great show, one practice, surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, was the very same time as our first show. And we did amazing. We got up there and we sang, and we didn't have any idea what we were singing, and we had no kind of clue where we are or where we were, and it was an amazing show. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was fun, And then for those that's listening, we're talking about, it was a group we did for a while last year, almost 2 years ago, called the Fistful Fiasco, and it consisted of Mr. Shawn Purvis himself, Dominique Franklin, David Livingston, and myself.
That's right. They did a great job. But yeah, we were out there at the Second Chance Saloon out in Columbia. We did a bang up job. Because we are a fist full of fiasco. We are a fist full of fiasco. Yeah, we actually have a song. I wrote a song.
Yeah.
Some good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Man. Now,
I'll tell you, man, it's good times.
Yeah, your two puppet friends there. I think I'm going to call the first one. I think I'm going to call him Opie.
Opie? Who's Opie?
From the Andy Griffith Show.
Sure. I mean, you can call me Opie if you want to.
I'm going to call you Opie.
Sure.
Now, the other one...
Opie Strawbridge. Yeah, the other one. Yeah.
The other one...
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to call you Daniel.
Nice.
Daniel St. John.
Name Daniel St. John. Right. It sounds like a fancy name. Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Brother Shawn.
Daniel St. John. Hey, so Ranger Matt, man. Kudos on your podcast, your venture, man. This is kind of cool. The PE Slick podcast.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, the PE. Well, for those that I did my short films for a while. I'm actually thinking about getting something started up again. I'm about to reach out to one or two people and maybe find a new person so I can get 2 or 3 ladies for a comedy but dramatized short film. the PE, as you know, was a part of the film project Paris Entertainment Films, and I took the PE out. Slick is just a nickname people gave me because, whenever I hang out with friends, they see me talking with a lady, and in their minds, they always think I'm flirting, so they be like, you think you slick?
Slick.
So I just said, well, I'm going to try to separate the Paris Entertainment logo with this side of it. So I just said PE Slick Podcast. And your host, Ranger Matt. Ranger Matt is a nickname a woman named Laura Warren gave me who I go to church with because in the summertime I wear these hats that's like a cowboy's hat, and she thinks I look like a ranger.
You do look like a ranger. You look like a tour guide on a safari.
Oh yeah. I think you see me wearing that hat. So
yeah, I have. It's like a safari duster or one of these. It's got the string and everything, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and they got the little thing on the back, so that way the sun won't be beaming on the back of my neck. Yeah,
it's pretty good. Very well done, sir.
Yeah, it's still good. I still got it. I'm thinking about maybe getting another one to go with that because I was wearing that all the time.
Naturally.
Yeah, and I know some other people were trying to call me that, and I said, only Miss Laura can call me that because I like how she says that. But
no,
she says it really smoothly the way she puts it. But
Ranger Matt.
Yeah, so but that nickname kind of stuck with me, so I just used that for the podcast. But this is my podcast. I'm always delighted to talk with you, and I'm glad you took the time to be a part of this podcast here. Don Cooten here, Ranger Matt here. Yay.
Yeehaw! Ranger Matt here for the PE Slick Podcast. You come back here now.
I gotta tell you, man, if you ever consider quitting what you're doing, you can always be a radio host, man. You got that radio voice personality, man.
I got a face for radio. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, brother.
There you go. Well, Shawn,
all right.
Well, Shawn, thank you for being part of my podcast. And as always, I had enjoyed talking with you, and I had enjoyed talking with your two buddies, man.
Oh, absolutely. And my buddies have been... They enjoyed talking to you. You want to say something, guys? Oh, yeah. I've had a lot of fun on this show. I'm coming back here, hang out with Ranger Matt. He's a cool guy. Yeah, totally. We'll check it out with the Ranger Matt next time. He was like, well, we need more puppet action. Bring on the toasty tentacle. We'll be here for you, Ranger Matt. We'll do it.
Oh, absolutely, man.
They're on board.
Tell you what, if you guys, I don't know how long you're going to do this, but if you keep going and get to a point where you want to do like the season finale or something, or do something new, come on back on board and we'll talk more about it. I would love to have you come back to my podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having us on. We'll definitely come back.
No problem. And we'll be back in just a moment after this commercial break.
Butterball turkey cold cuts. Any way you slice it, they're delicious. Butterball ham, Butterball bologna, or Butterball smoked turkey breast. They're up to 98% fat-free and all Butterball. So any way you slice it, it's
delicious.
Well, YouTubers, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you for tuning in this week for PE Slick Podcast. I'm your host, Ranger Matt, signing off. Until next time, you have a good night now. See ya.